number one fastest selling. Right now we are tied up with Ajax and Pickering, which are on the east end, and they are super hot these days. And then Milton is right with them, fastest selling in 8 days. Townhomes are actually flying off the shelf. And then going into the million to 2.5 million. Again, you can see the drastic change. It is very sought after right now. Last year, this same time, a house would sit on the market for about 19 days. It's gone within 8. I keep saying that, get what you can afford now.
Yeah.
Rather than waiting for your dream home, get what you can afford now.
What's going on, YouTube? It's Rebecca Lynn Matheson here, aka the Canadian Cottage Girl, and I am joined by Waiz here in the house. He is definitely the go-to guy for knowledge and numbers in the Milton area. So we're going to break down several things in today's video, including the stats from last month, as well as some updates on your projects that you have ongoing. So for those of you that have been following along, last month we had a video where we break down a little bit of that project. Well, we have some updates for you today, so we're going to jump into all of those. But welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here, and excited to talk about Milton.
Thank you, Rebecca. Thanks for having me here. Yeah, let's dive right into the stats.
Awesome. Now I've taken over for Matt McKeever today, so I'm hopping on. For those of you who are wondering who I am or why I'm here, I have taken over the channel today. So I'm excited to break down Milton trends. Now, we've actually done one of these videos together before, so if you jump back a few months, we've been on this stat video and breakdown about Milton previously, and it's always cool to see the progressions in each city. So I'm excited to see what's happening now in the fall.
Yeah, sounds good. So here is an update for this month, and actually right update till today. It's in the month of October. So the trend is again 1.1 average sold price in Milton, and then a little bit of a price change since last month. So there's a little bit of a dip if you see there here. Month to month, there's a little bit of a dip on the price. It could be just the holidays, or people just going back to school, getting away from real estate purchases, so to speak. But quarterly gains are still high, 10.3% quarterly change, and yearly change, year-to-date change is 26.2%. Overall, still very positive for Milton going into November and December. As you can see right here, with the number of with regards to the price point, slightly over 1.1 million. Okay, and this is generally all just a number for all homes. But I will break it down with regards to detached towns and condos in a bit. Well, let's take a look at numbers sold. 82 detached homes sold, 74 townhomes sold, and 19 condos sold. Going into the detached numbers.
Yep.
Detached segment, which is most popular, is of course the 3-bedroom, 1-car garage home. Right now in Milton, it is 1.3 million on an average, which is a 36% increase from year-over-year last year. So it's getting expensive. It is continuing to appreciate. So that's the most popular segment. And then going on to the 4 bedrooms, 2-car garage is 1.4 million, and that's over 29% since last year. And 5-bedroom, which is the luxury market right now, is 1.9 million, so very close to 2 million, 30% up from last year. So very gainful, increases for people who've already bought, and for people who haven't, there is still time. You can, if you are not able to still get into the detached home, I would definitely consider the townhouse market. So with that leading, let's go into the townhouses. The 2-bedroom townhouse is around 18K average, 30% up since last year. 3-bedroom townhome, which is the most popular segment in the townhome category, has increased significantly even from the past 3 months. So 3 months back, you could have got something for about 850, 860. Right now, you'll have to shell out close to $9 or close to $1 million for a 3-bedroom townhome.
Interesting. So just to break this down real quick. So the detached, if you go back to that tab, for the 2-bed, it's actually down a little bit, but
so the 2-bed is down because the 2-bed is, I would say, it's not a very popular segment. It's more of a, what do you call, a retirement kind of a bungalow that you would have, right? And not many seekers for that sort of a product in Milton right now. So the 2-bedroom has actually, you can see that there's a decline in by 12%. So that's a good point that you noticed, Rebecca.
Totally, but it is very similar if you go back to the townhouse now to the price of townhouses. So to get a detached home that's a 2-bed versus a townhouse,
yes, I would definitely go in for the detached 2-bedroom, right? But but again, the issue is sometimes also inventory, right? You will need to find a 2-bedroom detached home in the area that you want, right?
Right.
So generally, the older bungalows are in the old Milton area and not where the new developments are. Whereas the new schools and the new developments are more surrounding the townhomes that are newly built in the last 5 to 10 years. Yeah.
Totally. It's crazy to see how much the prices have been increasing, Like even just looking at this, like year over year, that's crazy. So like on average, we're looking at around 30%, even 30%. Even in the townhouse sector.
That's absolutely right. So there's the story, right? Where I keep saying that get what you can afford now.
Yeah.
Rather than waiting for your dream home, get what you can afford now. And on that statement, let's go into the condos.
Yeah, absolutely.
So right here, condos, 1-bedroom, 578. Okay, which is still affordable for many couples, starting off, or even single folks, right? So which is also increased 24% year over year last year. Then the popular segment in the condos, of course, the 2-bedroom, which is again increased about 19% to at 667, right? I think still it's a great entry point for first-time home buyers in Milton to come in and get your condos, because guess what's going to happen next year? Most likely it's going to be up, and then you could take these gains, right? Like for example, the folks that are currently listening to this and who are right now condo owners, guess what? You have significant amount of equity now built in that you can actually probably upgrade to a townhome. And the same story with the townhouse, folks. So if you have a townhouse that you had bought 4 or 5 years ago, right, and you bought it for like 600 or 550, now your townhouse is like 980, right? Yeah. Time to get into the detached, right? So cash in on the equity, move into the detached, right? So there's definitely that move up story that you can have going in from your townhome to the detached, or going in from your condo to the townhome.
Right.
Okay. All right. Let's go on further. Let's take a look at the inventory, Milton housing inventory. So in the last 28 days, 331 homes came into market. And in the last 28 days, we have sold 177 of those homes that came into a market. average days on market is 8 days, which is very fast, which is, you can imagine you're listing a house this week and next week it's sold. So, and also with list to sell price ratio, we are at 108%. So definitely selling over asking, definitely still having the multiples on good presented homes, nicely staged homes, still having the multiples. Let's take a look at the number of sales and inventory. So as you can see this graph right here, there was a big gap between the sales and the inventory. Inventory kept going low, and right now we are, we saw a little bit of the gap shortening between the two, which might have explained that little bit of a price drop. But again, as the days continue, the forecast is that inventory will continue to go lower, because going into the holiday months, generally not many people want to sell their home, and so we might see a decline in the inventory and increase in the price, because there are very few homes in the market. So it might actually be, my forecast is hot winter for the real estate market.
Yeah, which is so funny when you think about it. Like most people, I would say because of that, most people don't sell in the winter. So you would think that it would be a good time to potentially buy, but it's actually the opposite of that, because there's less inventory. So prices are actually increasing because we don't have a lot to pick from. So if you need a place to stay, or you're trying to buy, like there's slim pickings. So you're going to be trying to bid against a lot of competition.
That's absolutely right. There are two things working on that as well, because what I've noticed historically is that generally everybody is house shopping come spring, right?
Yeah.
But actually, what I would suggest is that although the inventory is low, but there are not many buyers out there going into December. Everybody is in a holiday season. They're trying to visit family, or just they're relaxing. So there might actually be less buyers out there in the winter months. So it's quite possible that even though there is less inventory, you could score a good deal in the winter months in buying a home. Okay, so days on market. So in the segment 500K to 750K, which is the condo and probably the entry level townhome market, is days of market is about 12 days, which is the absolutely same last year. And with regards to price points of 750 to a million, which includes the townhomes as well as some detached. They are right now 7 days. So townhomes are actually flying off the shelf. And then going into the million to 2.5 million. Again, you can see the drastic change. It is very sought after right now. Last year, this same time, a house would sit on the market for about 19 days. It's gone within 8. Okay. So still very hot market for Milton right now. So let's go on to the rankings, which is what people look for. Number 1 fastest selling. Okay, so let's go on to the days on market. As I said, right now we are tied up with Ajax and Pickering, which are on the east end, and they are super hot these days. And then Milton is right with them, fastest selling in 8 days. Price wise, we are 16th most expensive. So if you look at Milton, it's right here. So Toronto, Newmarket, and Milton, 16th most expensive, followed by Pickering, Brampton, Ajax. Okay, so you can see how those numbers tally. With regards to why Pickering and Ajax are selling fast, because they are cheaper than Milton right now.
Right.
But Milton also is very sought after. So although the prices are high, people still continue to buy in Milton because of the city's attractions, various things that we have talked about before. So 12 fastest growing growth-wise, which is price growth in change of with regards to last year. So we have seen how around 25 to 30% overall, homes have appreciated in Milton. So 12 fastest growing. And then with regards to turnover, that's basically the percentage of homes sold over listings in the last 28 days. We are the 20th highest turnover. So yeah, it's still selling fast, and it's a hot market in Milton. So that's pretty much my stats for this month, and I will just go on to the project I have going, which is the basement entry. So just a little shout out to my channel here.
Heck yes.
So please do follow me. I know you guys are following Matt. Please do also follow me right here, Waiz.
Shout out.
That was the video for last month, and this is the video for this month here. So let's have a look.
All right, guys, here's an update on the basement. So the railing is done, as you can see. So that's the railing, and last time you saw the concrete being done, and now we have the door as well. So there you go, that's the double door the guys put in. Okay, so yeah, it's a different idea. Hopefully, gives more brightness to the basement. All right, so still some rubble here, but here you get an idea, right? So double door, and then here's a double door as well. So there's something to think about, when you have your fence done, you should have, if you can do a double door, it's great, because later on, if you have to get your basement done, this will be awesome, because all the guys and the equipment can come in from here, and then do the digging and all that, and it's easier, convenient to get it done even on the later date if you haven't already. So that's the update on the basement. Thanks for watching.
Yo, shout out to your YouTube channel, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are live right now.
Who is going to be the next subscriber? We'll see how fast we can get you to 100.
Yeah, that'll be awesome.
Heck yes. I love that. Okay, awesome. Now, you have a tab there if you want to pull that up, Waiz. So I would love to just hear a little bit more about how you got into real estate in the first place, and what the process is like in actually getting into real estate. If you want to kind of go through that, obviously you've had a lot of success in your market, so I think it'd be awesome just to hear that perspective as well.
Sure, definitely, Rebecca. So just for the folks that don't know me, I was in the IT sector for over 13 years. So I worked for large companies, banks, some of the big fives. I've also worked for software consulting companies, and I did some independent consulting as well. It was good, right? And that's how I made my money, basically doing IT, and built up my portfolio. But when I was in college days, I did some sales, right? So that sales guy, in me was kind of getting left out, and said, you need to go back and do some sales. And I had done the real estate course part-time with Oria at that time. I had completed that, and I was kind of doing a real estate just on the weekends, right? So and then when things didn't work out and COVID hit, I was laid off. And then I became a full-time, realtor by default. So if there's anybody who is watching, who has gone through similar situations where you got laid off or you got fired, or you don't like your boss, you don't like what you're doing, I think real estate is a great opportunity. It's a great career to learn about real estate, to grow your own portfolio and help other people achieve their real estate goals, right? So if you guys are watching, here's a little bit of a tip for you. So the real estate program now has moved from ORIA. ORIA is no longer in operation, but now the program has moved to Humber College. Okay, it's moved to Humber College. So you can see humber.ca real estate become a salesperson. So right here. So again, so look into that, right? The admission requirements are, I would say, basic admission requirements. You need to know English. You should have finished, probably high school, and then, $75 admission fee, right? So let's take a look at that. And there's equivalency too. You can see if you studied abroad, if your equivalent C applies here, right? So I would say look into it. It's a great career, and if you want any further guidance, look into the Humber website, or you can even reach out to me, call me, or message me, right? So yeah, so there's an admission test. If you don't qualify, I think qualify. Yeah, if you don't have your GED or your high school diploma, there is another way you can go about doing it, I guess. If you pass this admissions exam, and then you could qualify to do the course, right? It's five modules. I think it can be easily done online or through correspondence. Usually takes about 6 months to a year to get it done, depending on how fast you're taking the exams. So yeah, look into it, and if you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. It's a rewarding career. It's got challenges. It's got you've got competition, right? But at the same time, you can carve out your niche. Give good customer service. Do all the right things, and I think the business will come to you. So that's what I would suggest. Anything from your side, Rebecca? You have any questions with regards to the career? Let me know, and I can help answer.
Definitely, yeah. So I'm curious to know, Waiz, for you. So you obviously had a full-time career, and then COVID hit, and I think COVID really changed things for a lot of people. So this is definitely something that is entrepreneurial in nature. So you're out there, you're finding deals, you're finding clients, and you're really building a business in real estate. So I'd love to hear what are some of the challenges that you faced, and then also some of the positives behind the role.
Yeah. So definitely the challenges is that your friends and family are not going to see you as a realtor, right? So don't even try to sell to your family or your cousins or anybody like that. So try to get customers that are that don't know your previous background, right? Like, in the sense, because if I did some coaching and training and so forth. So most of my students, they always saw me as a teacher, right? So they saw me as an IT guy, right? They never saw me as a realtor, right? So when it comes to looking for IT jobs, they still call me, right? They say, "Hey, Waiz, I'm looking for a job," but everybody forgets that I'm a realtor, right? So you have to kind of rebrand yourself. you have to, have an internal dialogue with yourself that I'm a realtor, right? So, and then you keep on communicating that to the universe and to everybody you meet, right? Saying that, hey, I'm a realtor, right? And then that's how you start getting business, and that's how people are interested in you. And definitely read not only your course material, but read about real estate, get to know about the different cities, etc. And also look at your own portfolio, right? Usually I try to share some books that I'm reading with your audience as well. So one of the books I'm reading now is this book here, Real Estate Retirement Plan.
Yep.
Okay. So my this is actually by Callum Ross, right? So the Real Estate Retirement Plan. So my approach is this as well, is that I'm not going to just sell you a house and disappear, right? I want to build a portfolio of real estate properties for you as a client, right? So and that's what I specialize in, because I did that for myself, right? So I built a portfolio of properties for myself, and the family, and I can help you do the same, right? If you've got one property, if you have no properties, one property, we can make 2, 3, 4 properties for you. If you're a first-time home buyer, we can get you into the first property. So reach out to me, and I will explain to you how we can achieve retirement through real estate. Because believe me, the pension funds are drawing up, right? And generally people are having to work even part-time after they retire to meet, to make ends meet, okay? So it's very smart to build your portfolio of 3, 4, 5 properties now when you are young or fairly young, right? In the next 15, 20 years and 25 years, they are paid off, and then you could enjoy the retirement, with the rental income. Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think that's actually a really important thing is you've actually come at this from the perspective of investing yourself, understanding the market, going through the process of purchasing, going through the process of improving properties, adding value. And that, especially from an investor standpoint, because that is the typical clientele by the sounds of it that you really love to work with, is that you have the experience to actually be like, oh no, like probably don't do that one if this is your goal, and actually understand and service their goals rather than just seeing them as a one-time buyer. Because that's actually the majority of people in Canada is they're going to buy the one home and they're going to stay in it for the rest of their lives, and that's cool. But that is definitely I would say in being in real estate, like a missed opportunity, right? Where you can definitely build wealth and build long-term success. And when you have a realtor that has done that themselves, when you have a realtor, or even if you're becoming a realtor, having done that yourself, it's just such a way that you can bring more knowledge to others and at the same time, like building your financial well-being. So I love that Waiz. I think that's a really important message to share, and the continual learning as well is really important. So my background's actually in fitness, and it's the same thing, I think, with realtors, that like, if you're a trainer and you haven't done your own personal fitness journey, if you haven't got fit yourself, it's really hard to coach other people on that. So as someone wanting to work with investors, going through the process of being an investor yourself, now you can actually coach people on that and coach people how to, as that realtor representing them, make the best decisions, put the offers in the way that will optimize their success. And I think it's a great way as well for people coming up wanting to change careers or maybe take a little bit more control or learn more about real estate. Like there's so many opportunities where you can do that as a realtor. So definitely very much appreciate that, Waiz.
Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thanks for coming on the channel today. For those of you who have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you subscribe to the Canadian Real Estate channel. Also, hop over to Waiz's channel and subscribe. Give him a little bit of love. And guys, thanks for joining us today to chat a little bit about Milton, get some updates on projects, and follow along on these videos. Every single month, we will be breaking down the stats in Milton, and it's such a great way for you to see the market in real time as it's changing, because if you're looking at last year's stats or going off of the assumptions of when you bought your home 5 years ago, it's just not the same. And if you really want to be making an impact in your investing journey, or whether you're a first-time home buyer, whatever it is, like, do the research. And hopping onto videos like this is such a great way to do so. Hearing from the experts, hearing from realtors in the market that actually care, that go the extra mile and invest themselves. So thank you so much for hopping on today, and always appreciate hearing your updates.
Thank you, Rebecca.